So yeah, hi, here we are once again. We are on the air, over the ether, or something like that. So you can't tell from this camera, but this is a dark blue shirt, but it is also covered in wispy white cat hair. And today is Wednesday. It is show number 230. Well, you know what? I think this is 230, 225. It's 235. Yeah, 235. Let's fix that. That's our technical folderol for the day. It's always never a Troubadork show unless there's something technically sideways. I gotta do something with that run. That just sounds good. But it is a kind of a cool. It rained about a half an inch out here last night. Little thunder rumbles, and it's cooler than it was. It's in the 60s now, which is and how could this possibly happen? How could cat hair possibly occur in this house? I don't know. I swear, it's a mystery to me. As such, I decided that today we'd do a little bit of a low-key kind of show. The weather does appear to be picking up, which is nice. I'm going to do a few low-key songs, but we're going to end with I Couldn't Run Away with the Fae because I love doing that song. I also really love the Song of the Bard, which I'm trying very hard not to do twice in 1 week. Not that any of you would actually care if I did it or not, but we'll start with Helsinki, which was inspired by Teppo, who you may have seen if you have been a Troubadork fan and hung out on the show or watched the replays. Every so often, Teppo, who is based in Finland, will come on and just kind of hang out with us because he's having a hard time sleeping. And one day he posted this right here to Facebook, and the caption was, "It's snowing in Helsinki." And I saw that, and I thought that sounds like a Warren Zevon song title. And so I wrote a Warren Zevon like song with that title, and it's one of the quieter ones, but I like it, and hopefully you will too. I want you to imagine it's like last call in some bar somewhere. It's like 2 a.m. and this is a guy. He's just having a conversation with his beverage. He's not angry. He's not sad. He's just tired. It's snowing in Helsinki and raining hard on the side of sea. And all the socialists are drinking, bemoaning what's become of me. The trains are running slow in Cairo, and taxis stalled in Trafalgar Square. And they all seeking for my revival. Say they won't find it there. Bridge. No words yet. We might get them. This probably sounded really good on the piano. It's impossible to fathom the depths to what I've sunken in. I'll just fight on like my father. I'll just take it on the chin. Snowing in Helsinki, raining hard on the side of Z. And all the socialists are drinking, bemoaning what's become of me. I like that. It's one of my quieter songs. This song was inspired by Teppo, who is also one of my Patreon patrons. And so the next song was actually inspired by someone about Teppo. True story. Richard said, hey, I want to do a song about Teppo. And I thought about this for a little while, and of course, the first thing that came into my head was, oh, Teppo, our man in Finland. It's like, well, there's your title. And so, thank you, Amy. Yeah, that's me almost, but not quite channeling. I don't even know who I'm channeling at this point. I'm a tenor, so my voice is always up. But when I get down that low, I get all wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald on folks. So this one is Our Man in Finland, and it has features one of my favorite chords in the world, which is the D6 chord, because it's a real easy chord, but it also has a wonderful tension to it. I'm not very well studied in music theory, although I managed to coast my way through 12 years of vocal training in primary and secondary education. It's what you do when you're, a thoughtful, sensitive kid with a high voice. They just shove you in a choir. You sing! Okay, fine. But this one is, the fact that this either winds up sounding like a Dire Straits tune or a James Bond theme, dependent on how hyped up I am when I play it. Starts in D minor. Long nights, cold days, up north, just a ways, blind cyclist through the dawn, got his goggles and his helmet on. Our man in Finland. A man in Finland. No more days sitting around. Gotta get up, head into town, find the way out to the square. Got some Fenix waiting there for a man in Finland. A man in Finland. Bridge. There might be a solo in here if I multi-track this. Bobbled. We'll get it right. Hit the square, taking the sights, then right off into Helsinki's night. Carl Sarikani, not the plan. All Helsinki respects the man. A man in Finland. A man in Finland. Why not both? It's true. The fumble you heard on there was me. There's that break in the rhythm there where you get that D minor A7, and I had to break that up somewhere. And I thought it was an F6 chord, but it's not really. But it's close because it's an F chord with that added to the end of it. Get that little tiny bit of tension in there. And Carl Sarikanit, which is in the song, is an actual Finnish term, which is when you are going to stay at home and get drunk in your underwear. Not planning to go out, not planning to do anything else, but stay home drinking in your underwear. The Finnish language is an astonishing thing. I still love the fact that apparently, and Teppo has vouched for me on this, the term for your significant other in Finland is the one I hate the least. How do you even? How do you even? Oh my gosh. I should mention, of course, that we have an unofficial sponsor, and that is Ray's House of Monoliths. We deliver. Just don't ask how. Get yourself a monolith. Put it out for everyone to see. Yeah, get yourself a monolith. The absurdity will set you free. It doesn't really matter whose party that you're with. So let's all make it weird. Get yourself a monolith. Remember monoliths? That was a big thing about monoliths last year, and at the beginning of this year, too. We're not sure where they went. They went back to wherever it is they come from, the great monolith storage warehouse. Under the Rocky Mountains, maybe. I don't know. It's hard to tell. So, in keeping with things that are inspired by the internet and people I know on the internet, because, well, clearly, when you are locked up at home and most of your job involves being on a computer all bloody day, you spend a lot of time with your good friend, the internet. Your good and occasionally abusive friend, the internet. This one that I'm going to do next is a blues tune, and it was inspired by yet another thing I saw on the internet, because that's the way my brain works. I'll go figure, you know, it's just one of those situations here. Remove a little bit from my cheat sheet. I do use Evernote for my cheat sheet online. It is Victim of Physics. And I love this because of this post right here. Yesterday I scalded my hand at work when boiling water sloshed over the side of a mug. I made some joke about being clumsy and the kind scientist who was offering me first aid. And he looked me in the eye and said in his most serious tone, "We are all victims of physics." And I said to myself, that needs to be a song. There's a weird chord in this, and it's a variation on the D7 chord. The D7 chord, as I first learned it, is this one, where you put your finger, remember the D6? The D7 is that plus 1. Figure it out. But this one is kind of, I've seen this one actually referred to as a Hawaiian D7. And it gives you a little bit of a bougie-wougie to it, if you understand what I mean. And if you follow that reference, you are in my demographic. Gravity just gets me down. Well, I'm a victim of physics. Inertia is just pushing me around. My coefficient's so close to 0, I'm a laughing stock in this town. Well, I'm a victim of physics. No lever can be too long. Well, I'm a victim of physics. My weak force just ain't that strong. I get no emotion from motion for the duration of this song. I lost that primal spark. My quarks don't want to work. I'm so dang disconnected, can't even work a tune and torque. Oh, baby, I'm as sad as a scientist can be. I gotta call myself peerless, cause not a single peer will review me. Well, I'm a victim of physics. My vector's a crooked line. Well, I'm a victim of physics. Relatively speaking, I don't feel fine. I got a single detection theory, but it can't resolve while I still whine. Well, I'm a victim of physics. My life is out of scope, so sound the alarm. Well, I'm a victim of physics. My quark's the only thing that has any charm. I can't attract another body, just got my entropy to keep me warm. And it's degrading. I've gone fishing for some light. My future's not so bright. I search for the event horizon. There ain't a single one inside. Oh, baby, I'm like a cathode that's just plain stuck. It ain't centripetal force, baby, it's my life. It just plain sucks. Bougie, oh God. I can always count on Ariel to come out of left field with an idea. Once my friend Ariel is, he thinks at right angles to me. My wife thinks at right angles to me, and oddly enough, they think at right angles to each other. Which is some kind of bizarre fourth-dimensional mind map, which kind of leaves me completely bewildered. But now we have come to the moment you've all been waiting for. That's right, the last song in this set. Show number 235 on the 12th of May, in the year of our thingy 2021. In the midst of a pandemic where we are beginning to see the tide turn. I'm just going to take a real quick moment to note something. The folks that are against masks are also against the vaccine. However, I've seen this. There's a thing going on right now where there's some really crap science out there that claims that if you are given the vaccine, your body generates more of the virus. This is wrong. It is crap. And that your body then sheds the virus like you're some kind of sprinkler system or a cat shedding hair And I think, and so a lot of anti-vaxxers are now putting on masks to protect themselves from the people who got vaccinated. That's what you call your self-regulating system right there. And that amuses me much. It really does. And finally, yeah, I started to go sharp on this again. I never understand it with these strings. I would expect them to go slack from beating on them. Oh, I don't know, but I have thought about getting one of those deep sea diver helmets as a protective measure. But it also means that if you run into an anti-masker, you can just headbutt them. Clong. I have many bad ideas. I recommend you not attempt any of them. So the last song is one that I wrote when I was trying again to write a song for the Celtic Festival that happens up here or down here, because we are like way far away at the Sherwood Forest Fair site in August. And I have pitched to them, and we'll see what happens. I started out doing this particular song in D because all Irish songs start either in D or A, and I tried to do D. And I was noticing I was having a hard time with it because it just felt like I was. Well, the term that I've heard used is necktie tenor, which is when you sing tenor, but you sing like you're being strangled by your own necktie. And I did find myself having some issues with it, so I tuned it down to C, and suddenly the song was a lot easier to sing. This is one of the songs that I did, in fact, inflict upon an unsuspecting empty stage at the Sherwood Forest Fair because my friend Madman Maverick was not able to do his 5 o'clock show on Saturday last week. Let me change the thingy. There we go. And it is, of course, I couldn't run away with the Fae. The Fae ran away from me. My life was a shambles. I wished I were dead, but I decided I'd live with the fairies instead. So I found me a circle of space I had known. When I fled my case, the fairies had flown. They'd all buggered off, left me all on my own. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the Fae ran away from me. I went to a mushroom ring out in the field, left cakes and honey and hoped it would yield a chance to leave my world and live with the Fae. Cakes, honey, and fairies were all gone next day. Them bloody cheap fatties had all run away. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the Fae ran away from me. Why? Well, the queen of the fairies, she heard my lament. In a big cloud of glitter, she popped up and went. We've heard your petition, but have to say nay. Stop begging to get us to haul you away. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the Fae ran away from me. I asked why I could not flee into the Fae. She said, for ya, boy, oh, ya can't go that way. She said, you are a rare one, but we'll tell you true. Immortal life's complex enough without you. With you here, we don't know what madness you'd get us into. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the Fae ran away from me. Then she said, you know we've been watching, you're known far and wide. I said, that's a bit on the stalkerish side. You can't live here forever, you can visit, you see. Just remember the caterers, BYOB. We aren't getting you in on a technicality. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. The problem was quite plain to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with the Fae ran away from me. One more time, drunk and resentful. My dreams of adventure had all blown away. to see. Oh, I couldn't run away with a fae, the fae ran away, the fae ran away, the fae ran away from me. There. I how to teach that song. And so we have come to the successful conclusion of yet another Troubadork non-commute pandemic response coping mechanism show. And I want to thank you all for hanging out with me, those of you watching live and those of you who are going to be watching later, because I'm big in reruns. Strange thing right now, it's a little hard for me to share this on the Tobias the Adequate Facebook page for reasons which are beyond me. I think it's because Facebook has decided that rather than be a fan page for Tobias the Adequate, it needs to be a full-blown Tobias the Adequate I'm a Person account page. I don't know why, but anyway, I'll get it out there. As I mentioned yesterday, we are going to do 3 shows a week moving forward, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The Thursday one's over here. And that is because I am doing more and more stuff with the day job that requires me to physically be in the building. It's okay, I'm fully vaccinated. I am about as protected from the stupid pandemic as I can be. We do mask up, and we do wash our hands, and we do stay away from people that behave in a dumb manner. So, we're good there. All right, let's talk about things. Of course, tip jars over here, paypal.me/theadequate, Venmo @theadequate. I want to thank Alicia, Eric, Robert, Rick, Emily, and Miranda for tossing some bucks in the bucket. I want to thank my startlingly supportive Patreon patron peeps, and that's Genjo, Alexios, and Chris Teppo, Shay, Linda, Ann, Stephen, Rob, Alicia, Relly, BK, Richard, Brian, and Lorene, and my Patreon patrons past and future, whoever they are, you know who you are, I sure don't, for contributing to adequacy in our lifetime. Any money that comes in here comes in through either Patreon or through the PayPal stuff. The PayPal bucket will in fact go towards making the show more technically sound. Qualitatively, it's me. What do you want? You do get all kinds of goodies at various levels and previews of songs and stuff like that. And eventually, when I actually get certain other things in order, you will be getting first crack at the music albumins. Yes, I am going to make some music albumins. I'm not sure how long they are, but I am going to even consider taking them to someone who knows how to mix music albumins, so they can possibly make me sound like I know what I'm doing. It could happen. You find me on the interwebs at theadequate.com. I am at theadequate on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I am at Tobias the Adequate at TikTok and Tumblr. SoundCloud.com/Matthew-Laguerre. The most current track on there is the Cosmic Mix of Space Burrito. I am working on GoatTube. It's a very simple song that I have decided to layer stuff up on it until it collapses under its own weight, and we'll see what happens there. I have a book coming out this weekend, as a matter of fact, Artisanal Gibberish, the reprint of Volume 1, with a nifty new design, and a nifty new size, and a nifty new layout, and slightly reorganized, by Unruly Voices, an imprint of Paper Angel Press. You can find them at unrulyvoices.com, and you can find me at unrulyvoices.com/product/artisanal gibberish. We will have a online review book. We will have an online release event on a week from Saturday. A week from Saturday, about noonish. There are also some videos that are going to be coming out on the Unruly Voices YouTube channel, which you may have seen if you have hit my TikTok. I haven't done a lot on TikTok because, well, I'm only one man. I'm doing all this other stuff. And of course, THUD Bucket, death metal you can laugh at, is available on any music service with the word music in it, including Spotify, and of course, thudbucket.bandcamp.com. And weather permitting, we'll be recording more stuff because I've got some exterior shots to do for some videos, and we'll see how that goes. And that, my friends, is enough out of me for another day. Thank you for hanging out with me. Be kind to yourselves. Be kind to each other. Be careful, be safe, be sane, be silly, be adequate. And I will talk to you all next time. You've been wonderful. I have been Tobias the Adequate. See you next time. Aloha.